I'm not here to waste your time. This is the full guide to winning every single 1v1 duel on the pitch and making defenders look like they don't even belong there. If you're a defender watching this, you'd better grab a notebook, because the only thing worse than getting cooked once is getting cooked again because you didn't learn. Now before we go any deeper, I want you to watch this clip. At first glance, it just looks like a bad move, maybe the wrong skill or bad timing, but the real reason it failed, most players never even realize it. There were two massive mistakes that sealed his fate before the defender even moved. And if you don't understand what they were, you're already losing the moment the ball touches your feet. Let's break it all down. The real reason players fail in 1v1s. So what actually went wrong in that clip? No, it wasn't just the skill move. No, it wasn't just a bad decision. The problem ran deeper, and it started before the dribble even began. Mistake number one, stopping the ball in the wrong position. Now, stopping the ball isn't always a mistake, but where and how you stop it, that's everything. In this case, Anthony stops the ball in a position that completely kills his options. His right side, gone. He's left with one weak path: force a move left or make a predictable pass. That's not creativity, that's surrender. In tight spaces, this kind of stop is like handing the defender a free pass to press you. You're frozen, he's moving. You've already lost before the duel even starts. Let me put it like this. Imagine you're playing chess, but every time you touch a piece, you have to freeze for 3 seconds before making your move. You're not playing the game anymore. You're giving your opponent all the time in the world to study you, react, and destroy your strategy. That's exactly what happens when you stop the ball in a dead zone on the pitch. It slows you down and gives the defender the upper hand. But the best dribblers, they don't stop in dead zones. They keep the ball alive, always. And if they do stop, it's on their terms. Watch Neymar. When he stops the ball, he positions himself so both directions are open. That's when he becomes lethal. His entire body is a trap. A single shoulder drop makes you believe he's going right, and the second you commit, boom, he's already gone left. What makes it deadly isn't just the movement, it's the timing and the space. He does it when the defender is flat-footed and can't recover in time. That's the difference. The average player stops and becomes predictable. The elite stop only when it gives them an advantage. And when they do, defenders panic. But that was just one of two massive mistakes. And the second one? It kills more creativity than any other habit in football. The second mistake? He pre-planned his move. He stopped the ball and then started thinking about what to do next. By the time he made a decision, the defender had already made his. Here's the truth. Pre-planning kills creativity. A lot of players get this wrong. They think being prepared means scripting every move like a checklist: step over, cut inside, pass. But that mindset is exactly why you freeze. It's why your moves feel forced, and it's why defenders can read you like a children's book. The best dribblers in the world don't operate like robots. They don't stand there thinking, first I'll do a step over, then I'll shift left, then maybe I'll shoot. They react to the moment. They play based on instinct. And that's what makes them unpredictable. Messi literally said, "I never think about the play or visualize anything. I do what comes to me in that moment." Maradona said, "Just trust your instincts and go for it." Ronaldinho? Often, a forward doesn't have time to think. You have a second, rarely more, to decide what to do. Instinct gives the orders. And that's the truth. If you're stuck in your head trying to choreograph a skill sequence, you're already 2 steps behind. By the time you decide, the defender's already moved, and now he's in control. But here's the problem. I can't just say, trust your instincts, and expect that to work. Because if you're struggling in 1v1s, chances are your instincts are trash. And trusting bad instincts, that's the fastest way to lose. So the real goal isn't just to trust your gut, it's to build elite instincts from scratch. And that's exactly what we're going to do next. Pick your 3 signature moves. If you want elite instincts, you can't just wing it. You need to train your brain to recognize and respond instantly. And that all starts with one thing: choosing your 3 signature moves. Most players get this dead wrong. They think the more skills they know, the better they'll be. So they binge tutorials, copy flashy YouTubers, and try to memorize every move in existence. Then what happens? They get the ball in a real match, freeze, panic, and lose possession. Why? Because knowledge doesn't equal instinct. You don't need more moves, you need the right ones. Just 3. 3 moves that match your style, your position, and your strengths. Not 10, not 7, just 3. Let's say you're a winger who loves isolating defenders. Your 3 could be La Croqueta for tight lateral shifts, step over to bait and explode, roulette to spin out of tight pressure. If you're a midfielder, your moves might look different. Fullback? Different again. This isn't about copying Neymar or Mbappe. It's about figuring out your own weapon kit. You don't need a full arsenal, you just need 3 blades you can swing with deadly precision. Once you've chosen them, that's when the real work begins. Because now, it's not about learning new tricks, it's about mastering the ones that make you dangerous. And that's where we go next. Repeat until you don't have to think. You've chosen your 3 signature moves. Now what? You grind. Over and over and over. until they happen without thinking. Bruce Lee said it best: "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." That's the level we're aiming for. Most players want instant results. They try a move 20 times and think they've got it. Then they go into a match, panic, and default to passing backward. Why? Because they never put in the reps. If you want to win one-on-one battles like it's a reflex, you need to hardwire those moves into your brain. That means repeating them hundreds of times, doing them until your muscles remember, training until you can execute without thinking. Start static, no pressure, no speed, just perfect reps. Then add movement, slow and controlled, learning how your body shifts. Then ramp it up. Add pace, angles, fatigue. Make your body fluent in these movements, like a language you speak without translating. Jeremy Doku once said that as a kid, he just spanned one move for hours. Not 10, one. He didn't stop until that move became second nature. And now, he's one of the most unpredictable dribblers in Europe. That's the bar. You want your signature moves to become unconscious, so that in a real game, they come out like a reflex, clean, sharp, and untouchable. Train with maximum intention. Repetition builds the move. Intention makes it deadly. This is where most players stall. They go through the motions. Same drills, same pace, same mindset. But instincts aren't built by repeating moves mindlessly. They're built when you train like the defender is actually there. That's called maximum intention. It means every rep is performed like it's match day. You imagine the pressure, feel the defender in front of you, and commit to the move with full aggression. No second guessing, no thinking, should I do this or that, just reacting. Because in a real match, there's no pause button. You don't get 5 seconds to plan. You either trust your muscle memory or you lose the duel. And trust only comes from deliberate, high-stakes training. This is where you stop pre-planning your steps like a script. Instead, you freestyle with purpose. Let your body respond to the moment, feel the rhythm, react on instinct. If you've done the reps, your moves will come out naturally. If you haven't, you'll freeze, every time. So next time you train, don't just go through the drill, go all in. Imagine the crowd, imagine the pressure, imagine the defender diving in, and then execute, sharp, explosive, and instinctive. Because the next level doesn't come from knowing more, it comes from trusting what you've already trained. And when that trust is built, it's time to test it in battle. You've trained the moves, you've wired your instincts, but none of it means anything until you step into the chaos. Real progress doesn't happen in solo drills. It happens when you're under pressure, when there's no coach telling you what to do, when it's just you, the ball, and a defender trying to shut you down. This is where the game gets real. You need to get into pickup matches, 3v3s, 4v4s, anything that puts you in tight spaces. These small-sided games are the battlefield of skill. There's no hiding. You either use your moves or you lose the ball. And don't play just to win, play to experiment. Test your instincts, use your signature moves, fail, try again, adjust, dominate. Because what you do here, that's what sticks. It's like sharpening a blade. Training alone sharpens it. But these matches, they're the war. And if all you do is sharpen and never fight, you'll never learn how to win. There's a quote for this: "Only a fool charges into battle with a dull blade, but a bigger fool sharpens his blade forever and never goes to war." So get uncomfortable. Get into matches where you're forced to move fast, think less, and react. That's where instincts are tested. That's where confidence is built. That's where the fear of failing disappears. Because the more you play, the less you think. And the less you think, the more your game flows. And if you want to take this one step deeper, take your shoes off. Train barefoot to unlock hidden feedback. Your feet are sensors, thousands of nerve endings, made to feel the ground, the ball, the pressure. But here's the truth: modern shoes are numbing your game. Those thick soles, the stiff materials, the artificial support, they've disconnected you from the ground. Your brain can't react fast if it can't feel what's happening. That's why your movements feel off, why your first touch is inconsistent, why you can't explode with confidence. It's not your skills, it's your feet. But there's a fix: train barefoot. When you train without shoes, everything changes. The ground feels alive, your balance improves, your muscles activate. You start to feel every touch, every shift, every movement. You become more connected to the ball than ever before. That's not just placebo, it's science. Studies show that modern shoes destroy natural foot function. They force you to walk and run unnaturally, leading to slower reaction times, weaker muscles, and a higher risk of injury. And in football, slow feet in slow instincts. That's why pros like Doku, Neymar, and others incorporate barefoot training. It strengthens their foundation, and your foundation is everything. The stronger and more responsive your feet are, the faster your body reacts. The sharper your turns, the cleaner your touches, the quicker your decisions. And if you want to train barefoot safely, there's a tool for that: barefoot shoes. They're ultra flexible, minimal, and designed to give you that barefoot feel without sacrificing protection. You can fold them, twist them, move freely. They unlock the feedback your feet have been missing. If you're serious about upgrading your instincts, start with your feet. Because weak feet, laggy instincts. Strong feet, instant reactions. The game is yours now. You've got the blueprint, not some recycled advice like just be confident or use more skills, but the exact protocol to dominate every 1v1 duel. You're no longer reacting late, you're not freezing, you're not guessing. Now you move with purpose, you train with intensity, and you play like a problem the defender doesn't know how to solve. You've got your 3 signature moves. You've wired them into your instincts. You've added real pressure, high intention, and yes, you've even unlocked your feet. You're no longer the guy hoping the defender bites. You are the threat. You are the reason defenders panic. You are the player they warn others about. But before you click off, don't just watch this and forget it. Go back. Write down your 3 signature moves. Commit to 1,000 reps each this week. Then test them in your next game. The difference will be undeniable. And if you want even more breakdowns like this, dribbling IQ, 1v1 tactics, barefoot performance hacks, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. This is just the start. Train sharp, play sharper. I'll see you in the next one.